brigade commander start a couple of campaigns ago. I'm going to start as brigade commander in 63. That's just, you're just asking for a ton of punishment. Like I said, we're playing as the Federals. We're going to leave historical policies in place. We got Kansas as a free state, industrialization, and Indian wars. Leave on order delays. You know what, Rust? I really wouldn't challenge me too much as we'll see. It might start as a I'll probably start as a colonel or possible brigadier. We'll see once we get into this. But the infantry and arty only challenge, if you followed my regular campaigns, that's generally how I play, is mostly infantry and artillery, so not too much of a challenge. Challenge is Damascus gets marauders. Oh my god. Alright, so we're gonna leave order delays on, fog of war, readiness system. I turned feuds off, as once again I view feuds as being more detrimental to the AI than is detrimental to us. For a human player, it's an annoyance, it's not a detriment. And we'll leave auto management on because I shouldn't have anything to do with the higher levels of what's going on in the nation. I'm going to start a new career, go through the questionnaire, and something I noticed when I started up the last live stream, I did it beforehand. I did the questionnaire first, so they actually shortened the questionnaire down a lot. I think the first live stream I did with the questionnaire, that was almost an hour long. The top student of obedient and discipline like teachers, study military history, learn from assess mistakes. Yep. We're going to go to General Lee route on this one. I don't want geography, strong maps, and planning. I got to go with D because that kind of fits into my personality. Best describes your life after graduating from West Point. I stayed in the Army, served around the country, leading men fighting in the Indian Wars. Quickly became an administrative officer, moving my way up the ladder in different headquarters. Small projects. So I fought in the Indian Wars. Fawn describes your motivation for fighting the Civil War. Want to protect his personal passion toward fellow soldiers is most important. One should not place them in unneeded danger or risk. Administrative skills, however dull it sounds, sloppy paperwork will result in many unneeded casualties in the military. And that's very true, honestly. So go out to appreciate until someone fails at them. Penmanship and beautiful handwriting. Among your peers, which of the following reactions describes you best? Ignore the opposite, calm and defend my point of view. Working is not worth it. I'd rather give in a bit and get along with others. Usually lose my temper and snap. On problems. Order and silence to keep me calm and help me think. Watching a fire, I could do it for hours on end and it soothes me. Go with D. I think we're equity among all men. Everyone should have equal opportunities no matter what their background. America should be a leader and a beacon of progress and freedom in the world. It's all about the good old values and the freedom to forge your destiny the way you want, and not according to the expectations of others, especially those of the government. The divine destiny of America is expansion and taking rightfully what belongs to us. So I'm going to go A on this one. Going full on abolitionist. Yeah, Riley, it's on YouTube's end of things. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing you can do about it. It's on YouTube's end. Which of the following, in your opinion, is the main cause of this terrible ordeal, the American Civil War? The evil of slavery, plain and simple, and ending it for good. We're going to go with that one. Which of the following describes the goals you have for your military career? Want to become an important influential general, life down the benefit of others. Want to see the elephant. Interest in life full of adventure. We'll go with B. If comparing military career with other possible options, which of the following best describes its benefits? Social events and parties. It's a stable job with sufficient wage. You get to see the world, meet interesting people, and kill them. In the military, you have the best opportunity to serve a higher power, to be an instrument of God and His divine plan. We'll go with D, because we're going down that route. Which of the following legendary Americans of recent times do you admire the most? John Brown, who bravely fought for equity among men. George Washington, the greatest general and the first president. Andrew Jackson, the great general and president who worked hard to preserve the Union of the States. Zachary Taylor, a war hero of the Mexican War and a progressive president, unwilling to yield to political pressure. We'll go with John Brown. We're just going hardcore religious on this one. Hackers and trolls are on weekend overtime. Your opinion, which of the following descriptions best fits the nature of contemporary warfare? A defensive position, which is true. It's all about maneuvering around the enemy's flank to cut his lines of communication, essentially to win battles before even fighting them. Nothing in essence has changed. It's still hard, still well-drilled and disciplined lines of entry, breaking through the enemy, ultimately and timely bayonet charge. Or is not duel on a larger scale? I'll go with B, because that's basically my style of fighting, is lock them down and flank. Units advancing in open terrain and comes under fire from a well-covered position. The men refuse to advance. What would you do? Order them to fix bayonets. Order a scream of skirmishers. Fall back and find a way around the flank. Calm the men down, have them fire back. Well, fix bayonets. We're going straight in, boys. To fight when your unit is just about to join battle. What should you do? Keep them under guard and prosecute them. All your soldiers in need in battle, point the men without weapons to a regiment of their home state. Have them try for desertion, then and there, and shot as a warrant. It's going to take their gear and have them walk home with nothing. What is the most important role for cavalry in modern war? Keeping lines of communication open, charging and breaking wavering enemy, scouting ahead of armies and harassing enemy lines of communication, and protecting supply trains and preventing desertion. All four of these, all these are their job, no matter what time. These answers is all the job of the cavalry at the same time. There's no one job that takes precedence over the other. It just depends on the mission you're carrying. Scouting's mostly the big job, so we'll go with that. Communications to your commander are lost in overwhelmed enemy forces moving your way. What would you do? We'll go with C, which is how I usually go. Prepare to fight or delaying action to avoid high casualty. Time with my family and loved ones. Well, since we're going religious on this route, I'm going to go with B. Questionnaire is finished. Sign on up. Since basically every option I took goes totally against, we should be an abolitionist, which should make Lincoln very happy.
This step, secession, once taken, can never be recalled. We and our posterity shall see our lovely South desolated by the demon of war. Alexander Stephens, Vice President of the Confederate States of America. Chapter 2. The Demon of... The election of Abraham Lincoln, an anti-slavery Republican, as the 16th President of the United States was the last straw, triggering secession. One by one, Southern slave states declared secession from the Union and formed the Confederate States of America, led by President Jefferson Davis. This secession ignited the inevitable escalation, with fruitless efforts to still find a political compromise falling on deaf ears. Advocates of armed insurrection and fire eaters roam the states with steel in their eyes, and the public is aroused to volunteer, to fill the ranks, to quell the rebellion, and to preserve the Union or to secure independence from it. Following open hostilities, President Lincoln's militia call for 75,000 volunteers for 3 months' service sparks incredulous protest and loud outcry among the southern states. And these sparks set on fire the irreversible. More states secede. Now it's war. 75,000, 100,000, and even more. Soon, the largest armies seen on American soil muster, drill, and prepare for war. A war that is to be neat, short, and limited. The whole matter would be settled by Christmas. But a dark shadow would loom over the growing and inexperienced armies. Without a swift and decisive blow from the very offset of the war, there's every chance of a long, confused, and disorganizing civil war, and even foreign powers may feel a desire to take a hand therein. The time is ticking for the newborn Confederacy. The Union must act. The demon of war has awakened.
All right. Didn't want to talk during the video. Well, it just turns out you get the opposite traits you wanted. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, Jeremy, you just came in right after I finished the questionnaire, so good timing. Grumpy Grumpot, a hard-drinking, womanizing evangelist. Oh, we'll see what my traits look like. Maybe I should have tried. That's actually interesting. I think on the next playthrough, I'm going to try and answer the questions in that fashion. That would be interesting. That'd be a messed up character. Granny always says those that sing loudest in church have the most sins on their consciences. That's fairly true. Who do we got? Okay, we got 1,000 prestige. So, 1st Brigade, 2nd Division Army Northern Virginia, 2nd Brigade, 3rd Brigade. It's not telling me what states these units are from. I do have enough to take a division, but I do want to start as a brigade commander. So 1st Brigade, 2nd Division, Army of Northeastern Virginia. I think is how we're going to go with this one. Because I think everything's... This is the Department of Pennsylvania. It's 2,100 men, 586 for a full strength brigade. That's in 3rd Division. I think we're going to go with 2nd Brigade, 3rd Division, Army of Northeastern Virginia. We have the prestige for it.
It seems like the whole of America is mobilizing. Men in great numbers from all corners of the country from Maine all the way down to Texas are mustering to serve their nation, to fight for the America they believe in. Such great armies require great leadership, worthy officers to lead them into battle and to victory. And that's where you come in. First of all, sir, let me congratulate you on your recent promotion and commission. Now, you will be a part of historical events unfolding before our very eyes. The men are looking up to you for your leadership and example, and your superiors for your unwavering obedience in carrying out their orders. Prepare yourself and your unit well, as soon you'll join the columns of men as long as one's eyes can see, marching to the sound of guns to make history. Do well, and maybe one day it'll be you commanding our great armies to victory. And when it's all done, you'll have one hell of a story to tell. But let's not get ahead of things now, sir. It's merely the time to start writing that story of yours. Report to your commander at his headquarters at once for your orders. Make your country proud.
You know, I'll be honest. I think they should have used a different voice actor for that video. Didn't seem doesn't really excite you with the way he presents it. Fortunately, I have to catch up the Precious play. Yes, my Precious playthrough. Yeah, I got a horrible Gimli voice up. Not Gimli, Golem voice. All right. Let's see what we got here. So we did take the, I think it was 3rd Brigade? 2nd Brigade of the 3rd Division. Oh, it happens to be a New York unit, and we have rifled muskets. Oh, but we're Zouaves. Not so crazy about that. Let's look at the stats first, before we choose a name. Whoa, we got a bunch here. So we're reliable. You're known as a reliable and loyal soldier in service of your country. People around you are comfortable about you handling them. We're a fanatic. You fanatically devoted yourself to religion and the will of God. You cannot stand sinners, and you still fear many less religious people. Teetotaler. People think you are socially a bit peculiar as you don't drink or enjoy parties with other officers. Prudent. You are known to avoid danger, not risking yourself or your men in the heat of battle. Some see weakness in it. Others think prudence is a good thing. Mischievous. Really? You have some issues handling pressure. You appear tense and snap at people easily, encouraging them to avoid you. That doesn't match mischievous. That is not mischievous at all. They got to fix that. And we're also a radical. You're known political radical and an abolitionist among the mostly conservative population. You want to change, you want it now, and you're willing to do something about it. You attract like-minded people. We're also a colonel, veteran of the Mexican-American War, West Point graduate, and an infantry officer. Fame is just under 1 star. Initiative is at 2.5. Leadership is just under 2. Administration is a full 3. And cunning is at level 1. All right, we have $100 to spend, so we're starting with less money than the last time. Obviously, we're going to need the family Bible. That's $50 right there. Now, by buying the Bible, I became a hermit. People notice your personality changing recently. You're not known for your social skills. Many people feel working with you is a bit awkward, and you are many times left alone when the others are socializing, and you think that's just fine. All right. This is going to be weird. I'm not used to having these things. That's a pocket flask. Don't want that. I guess we'll buy the officer's sword, and we're going to be a dismounted officer for now until we earn some money, because I just got all of our money. Probably grow up on his New York iced teas. Yep. Choose our headquarters now. Aide de camp. You always got to go with the more expensive options. So we're going to have Samuel. Actually, let's see if we can find all New Yorkers. He's Tennessee, Michigan. Wait. Here we go. There's a New Yorker. So Charles Dodge, Marcena Patrick. I got enough to choose more here. Since we're a New York Brigade, we're going to go with all New York officers to start with, even if they're not the best for the job. If we can. None of these guys are New Yorkers, but Star's from New Jersey, so he's close enough. And we don't have any prestige left to get a subsistence officer. You're like the Yankee version of Stonewall. We'll see how that plays out. Yeah, this is going to be weird having this type of commander. It's up to 20, and it looks like we're heading straight to the first battle of Manassas. You command the Silent Watchers. I'm going to wait until after this battle, see how we do, and then I'll give a name to the brigade. So, Army of Northeastern Virginia with 32,566 men and 24 guns. So that's 32,200 infantry, 24 guns against Beauregard, the Army of Potomac, and the Reinforcing Corps, which would be the Army of Shenandoah, 28,058 infantry, 333 cavalry, and 16 guns. Let's get into it. First Bull Run, baby. But I'm liking that evangelical alcoholic. That's like a good Southern Baptist preacher. I think I'm going to do that on the next Confederate run if I can make it work. That sounds like it'd be fun. Like the preacher from the film Zulu. Yeah, that's actually that's a good example right there. All right. We're not doing any setup here, so let's just... I don't know where they're going to have us going. That is where we are headed. A teetotaling hermit. What is he doing all day? Sitting by himself in his tent reading the Bible. That's exactly what he's doing. Yeah, I should have followed everybody else. I'm just kind of stuck over here now. And Zulu was a very good movie, and yes, Preacher's Daughter. You know, it always comes like that. It's like it always looks like the Preacher's Daughters are some of the best looking women around. I don't know. Back then to today, Preacher's Daughters always look hot, but probably because they kind of look like that Fruit of Temptation. The Alcohol Apostles of Brandy Baptist. If I do an alcoholic preacher on my next run, that'll definitely I'm definitely going to keep those names in mind. It actually looks like it's better. We're better off going this way. As they're defending up here at the Robinson house. It's just taking forever to get through these woods. Once we're on this road, we should be moving nice and fast so that we're away from our division. I wants to engage over here, which is fine. I can march over here real quickly, get that prestige, and then cross at the ford. Well, Their armies are up here, so they're not defending these crossings. We're not going to be alcohol-based this time. This is... Let's get in there and get that prestige real fast. She got some prestige from that, so let's come by here by Sudley Church. Then we're going to march around them and take this victory point at the unfinished railroad. Actually, is that reinforcement corps here? Are they both here at the same time? Army of Shenandoah is here, so everybody's on the field. We're just going to march back here, take the unfinished railroad, and then come in on the rear somewhere. Looks like over here. Oh, hello. Let's get the hell out of here. Whoa. Run. 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 Ooh. Not good. This is not good. We are cut off and now surrounded. Let's get onto that fence line if we can. I can't even give advance orders because I'm not near the division commander. I gotta change these uniforms. I mean, we're taking on Stewart's cavalry to our front, but we do have these brigades on our flank. This is not good. Interesting. Mother Nature can provide a light show of her own for bonfire, too. Not too much in the way of casualties, though. Only 169 casualties. Problem... You know, it's only got 169 casualties. It's actually not that bad. Morale's at 16. We're getting plus 33 an hour, so we can get back into fight soon. Yep, already reforming. There we go. We're at 31%. We'll wait another hour to get it up to, should be in the 60s in another hour. And we're at 46. Alright, let's go get this detachment. Are you boys not moving? Let's go. Gave advance orders, follow them. Definitely going to be changing uniforms after this. I don't like that dark blue on dark blue. Since we're religious fanatic, I think I'm going to go with a pure white uniform to show the purity of our cause. At least this character, anyway. Unlike myself. They break? Yes, they did. So the Zouave perk, we level up by lying down when firing. I need to push this in closer. The only good thing about the Zouave perk is you can run around the battlefield a lot more easily. It's the only good thing about it. New York Templars or Deus Vult. You know what? I think we might name the brigade Deus Vult. Or the New York Templars. I kind of like that too, especially with the all white uniforms. Well, Zouaves have cool pants. Zouaves are like the cavalry of the infantry. They're just there to look nice. Lay them down, that should start leveling us. So what I did in the previous playthrough is I tried making a division of Zouaves. It was nice to have, as you could run that division around the... Getting some prestige in this battle. CK2 or CK3? I'd have to go with CK2. I think that's a much more well done game. Everybody can lay down kerosene. Artillery cannot on an individual basis. You can order them to lay down from Corps Command. It has to be Corps Commander telling the entire Corps to lay down, then your artillery will lay down. It's kind of weird, but that's the way it is. They're backing out of range, so we got to stand back up now. Got a little bit of leveling done. Push up a little bit more. Where'd our division commander go? I have no idea. Where is he? Oh, he's back over here. He was up here. Now he's back there. They're both very good game, Bremer's Ghost. The problem with laying down and firing with a musket is you got to lay on your stomach to fire at a musket, but in order to reload, you literally have to roll onto your back, raise your arms over your head to hold the musket up in order to fill the, put powder down the... And we can't put skirmishers out. Because these guys are laying down also, and they probably have a commander with high cunning. Honestly, I think it's the mods that made CK2 more than the... There we go. Come up and support us, please. Can't keep fighting everybody on our own. I don't think I have enough prestige to take over one of these brigades. 95 prestige to take over another brigade. We're almost there. I don't think I'm going to do that this battle. We kind of need to bank it up a little bit. Falling back. Are they getting ready to break? Yes, they are. But I don't want to charge into them while another brigade's right behind them. We're leveling up pretty nicely over here. Let's keep pushing into them, boys. We don't need the rest of the division support us wherever the hell they are. I think they're still back here. Yep. Last big CK2 mod, now up on CK3. It's getting hard to go back on CK2. I can see that. I do like CK3. There's some things about CK3 I like better than CK2, to be honest. Yep. Just got routed that brigade. We got to work on this one. Lay back down. We're not going to get to level 3 this battle, though. We're getting probably get about halfway there. Right after this battle, I got to remember to start an action. We need to get an action going on invest in bonds so we get that $1,000 a year. That's going to help us, because unlike our last playthrough, we didn't start it with any money whatsoever. I'd say it does make it worth the price per Ember's Ghost, but I would wait till... You gotta remember the Christmas sale is coming up here in a few weeks, so if you're planning on getting it, I would wait to the sale. Because that should be starting after Thanksgiving here in the States, so after 20th November, you should probably see it go on sale. Look at that, we broke an entire division on our lonesome, even after we broke. It's a good thing I went that 3,000 man brigade, or almost 500 casualties. Yeah, we're going to press right back up to the unfinished railroad, see if we can go grab that point now. I mean, yes, so the game's not much different than CK2. It's just the graphics kind of more modern. It's really what it comes down to. Here we go, right of that brigade. All right, boys. Up the road we go. Let's go back to that point there. See if we can't get it. We have the Zawab perk because we started with it. So I'm not happy about that, but we'll work with it. We might just get a level... Look at that. Corps commander's retreating right through us. Is the big DLC 30? I haven't looked at it recently, as I haven't played it in the last year, because I was waiting for them to add more DLC in. But you know, that is a little annoying, Kerosene, but when you really think about it, they just keep improving their games over time. Yet even with the DLC costing money, every time they do a DLC release, they make a massive change to the game. So you really can't complain about it too much, as unlike other games where it's just DLC releases that don't improve the game, they improve the game with the DLC releases. So it's annoying, but you really can't complain overly much, as they actively support the games the entire time instead of going, we're not supporting it, but we have a roadmap to DLCs. Paradox doesn't really roadmap their DLCs. They kind of look at the mods that are out there and then do DLCs based on those. Moving away from the fighting again, getting off on our own. Not the best idea in the world. Now the sun's going down. I doubt we're going to get the unfinished railroad cut. Oh yeah, that was actually a big improvement on CK3 from CK2 that I liked, is the addition of North Africa. That added a lot to the game. Looks like we might actually win first bull run, unlike historically. Walls with Fateville's for easy when we can't get Fate. Oh, it looks like this whole division's coming at us. We may need to fall back. You know, I was never crazy about EU4, to be honest with you. I tried it. I played it for maybe 100 hours. I don't even think I got that high in numbers. It was just nothing that kept me attracted to the game. Be here. End of the day's coming. We'll get reset back with the rest of the army. We'll figure out what we're going to do from there. Looks like they're maneuvering around their flank. That's kind of the same with any Paradox game, Josh. The DLCs improve the AI over time. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, like I said, the money's annoying, but like every DLC brings a massive improvement to the game, so you can't complain overly much. You know what? I just picked a name for the brigade. And it's not going to be anything that you guys mentioned, because we are flying the, up there on our flank now. Since we did pick the Irish Militia, 69th New York State Militia flag, I think we're going to name this brigade the St. Patrick Guard. Because we are, don't turn your backs. Guys, let's double time this. Let's get the hell out. Now, you guys think that's a good name, the St. Patrick Guard? We're a New York Brigade. I'm religious. That would probably more than likely make me a Catholic, especially an Irish unit. Yeah, we're going to start falling back. Whoa, we were totally separated from the rest of the army. Wow. Compared to PlayStation or Xbox games, $30 for DLC expansion isn't too bad. That's true. Almost every DLC expansion on consoles like $30, $40. Falling back on their main regiment. Yeah, we're going to pull away from this. We cannot take this on our own as much as I would like to. We're over 500 casualties, 3/4 of the way through our resilience. We could do green and white. Green and gold would match the flag colors, or green and yellow. I think that'd be very gaudy, but we could try that out. Yeah, the San Patricios. But they weren't the St. Patrick Guard. They were just called the St. Patricios. And they brought artillery up, too, so it's a good thing we got out of there. Let's go engage this brigade. You know, sometimes it's hard to talk about. It's a little hard to talk about the San Patricios because they all had different reasons for doing what they did. I remember at the time of the Mexican-American War, Irish were not treated very well in America, especially not just being Irish, but being Catholic also. They were not treated well at that time period, even up through the Civil War. It wasn't until, I want to say 1862, and the Irish Brigade's actions at Fredericksburg that the opinion of Irish Americans started changing. And then the 63 draft riots, which kind of killed all of that. It's right to the cliffs. They have a height and range advantage. We'll just do some damage to this brigade. The day should be ending here in about a minute. The leprechaun bastards. Considering my commander is a religious teetotaler, I don't think that's the name for the brigade. The leprechaun bastards. They're magically malicious. And we move back to a minor defeat. Oh, we're actually at higher casualties than they are. Blarney bastard. Oh, I guess the battle's going to 9 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. All right. We're just going to pick on these two brigades back here. These guys are firing back, so they must have Mississippis. I think picking on them was a good idea. How's everything else looking on the battlefield? Oh, this is not a good attack right here. I hate it when I feel like I'm the only brigade really doing anything. Ammunition soon. We're running low on ammo. Let's keep you guys on the road. Happen. There we go, end of day. Where'd we end up? Not too bad. All right. We got these brigades right behind us. Look at that. Turn around, fire. On the fence. What a bad spot to be in. It's like that one battle reset from my last campaign. What do we got in front of us? They've already taken 1,100 casualties in this brigade. Wow. We're at 750. I think we took a lot of overnight attrition. Our resilience did not go up at all. We should have at least earned another experience star for this battle after all the fighting. Ammunition's at 27. We do not have a lot of ammunition at all. Still showing a defeat. Casualties are basically even on. So we gotta get him to 24% casualties for a major victory while staying... No, we gotta get him over 19%. So we got that. So we're trying to stave off... We're not gonna win this fight. Not at this rate. The Boondocks, what a great movie. What a great movie. Cult classic. Number 2, first time I watched it, I didn't like it. But after I rewatched it, and I kind of understood what he was going for, I liked it after that. It took me I had to watch that movie twice to really kind of appreciate that movie and the way he did it. It's a shame number 3 didn't come out. Grumpy's End of Days Division. Oh, God. That was a bad movie. Now, the way the army's formed up, we're not even going after the objective points, which is not helping us at all. We know a lot of the rebels are back over this way, which is an issue. But I think they're keeping all the brigades that have been fighting. This is something the AI does, and I don't like it. They do have fresh brigades that have not fought, but it keeps in the brigades that have been fighting. I've already taken the damage to the morale and to their casualties. Keep them fighting while leaving the fresh brigades out of the fight. Armageddon. God. We are the Armageddon. Ooh. I think I kind of like that, the Armageddon Brigade. At 12, I'm going to throw up a quick poll. Where the hell is the poll option? Yeah. Screen's going to jump around when I go off screen to do stuff. Where's my poll button? I know I ran a poll last live stream. Now I'm not seeing the button at all. Okay, I know screen's jumping around. That's because I'm off screen on the chat right now. All right, I just in. We're almost 50% to Zawav 3. We really can't do too much fighting as our resilience is pretty low right now. We've taken over 700 casualties. I think we took about 200 overnight attrition alone. I really want to take the unfinished railroad. We've gone for it twice and failed twice. I really want that. And these guys have now gone out of sight. Just pushing closer. If anything, we flank fire this brigade over here. Oh, there they are again. We'll just move in closer. Look at that. The other two brigades are now hiding behind us. Isn't that nice? Right now, it looks like St. Patrick Guard is winning, but I'm going to keep that poll up until this battle is over. That's when I'll be able to put in the name. Let's lay back down. Be nice if the rest of the division joined us. How much will it cost me to take this brigade? 79 prestige. We have 185. I'll take it. He doesn't like us. I should have not done that. I broke my own rules on that one. It was not looking. I broke my own rules. Like I said, I'll leave it up until after the after this battle is over. St. Pat's Guinness Division. That's actually, it kind of matches one of my old call signs. I was a 3-shop NCO at one point, so my call sign was actually 3 Guinness, but I made a joke one day, and the nickname kind of stuck, so people started calling me, not too many people watching this stream as last time. We got 12 viewers and only 10 likes. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you hit. Especially if you're enjoying this. Double time, gentlemen, please. Took command of this brigade to get some extra prestige, but it looks like it's not going to pay off at this rate. I'm not going to follow them. All right, stand back up, my boys. Stand back up. Advance the defense line. Come out this way, please. Everybody else is now advancing beyond us. That's great. I feel like turning the icons off kind of messes things up a little bit. You know what? We're just going to march you boys straight back there. See if we can't get the prestige from grabbing the town. Oh, wow. We're almost at 1,000 casualties for the brigade. Oh, I did not see that. They're a nuisance, but they're helpful at the same time. Yeah, this brigade wants nothing left. They're ready to break again.